Opening disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. All information presented is based solely on publicly available sources, including court records and mainstream media reporting. Allegations mentioned do not imply guilt. Presence in documents does not equal wrongdoing. For years, rumors circulated quietly, almost invisibly, passed from one conversation to another. Not shouted, not confirmed, just whispered. Names of powerful individuals were mentioned only behind closed doors, names connected to sealed court files. Names linked to private islands, private jets, and private meetings far away from public scrutiny. These are what many people now refer to as the Epstein files, not myths. Not conspiracy theories, not internet fiction. They are real court documents, sworn testimonies, depositions, and official records, many of which are available online through public databases and court archives. The real question is not whether these files exist. The question is why so many of them remain sealed for so long, and why so much information is still missing. Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy financier with unusually powerful connections. He moved comfortably in elite circles that included politicians, business leaders, celebrities, scientists, and academics. His lifestyle was marked by luxury, privacy, and access. Publicly, Epstein presented himself as a billionaire investor and financial advisor. Privately, according to prosecutors and court records, he was described as the central figure in a long-running abuse operation. According to publicly available court documents, in 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to solicitation of a minor. The plea deal resulted in a sentence that many legal experts and journalists later described as unusually lenient. This outcome sparked widespread criticism and raised concerns about unequal justice. Critics questioned how someone accused of serious crimes could receive such favorable treatment. Supporters of the legal process argued that the sentence, while controversial, was still legally binding. What matters here is fact, not opinion. The conviction is documented. The criticism is documented. The debate remains unresolved. When people talk about the Epstein files, they are not referring to a single document or a secret folder. They are referring to a large collection of materials released over many years. These include court records, depositions given under oath, flight logs, emails, financial documents, victim testimonies. Many of these materials emerged from civil lawsuits, criminal investigations, and motions to unseal previously confidential records. Some names appear clearly in these documents. Others are partially redacted. Some remain completely hidden. It is important to be clear, redactions do not automatically imply guilt. They can exist for legal, procedural, or privacy reasons. However, redactions do raise questions, and questions are not accusations. Remember, presence in documents does not equal guilt. One of the most discussed sets of records is Epstein's private jet flight logs, sometimes referred to by the media as the Lolita Express. These logs list dates, destinations, and the names of passengers who traveled aboard Epstein's aircraft. Multiple witnesses and investigators confirmed that the logs themselves were authentic. However, appearing in a flight log does not automatically imply criminal behavior. Travel alone is not evidence of wrongdoing. Some passengers may have traveled for legitimate reasons. Others may not have known the full context of Epstein's activities at the time. This distinction is critical. Context matters. Evidence matters. Once again, Presence in documents does not equal guilt. Several victims later came forward and gave sworn testimony describing their experiences. These testimonies were delivered under oath and entered into official court records. According to these accounts, victims described recruitment of underage girls, abuse occurring at multiple properties, being introduced to individuals described as influential or powerful. Some of these allegations were corroborated through evidence. Others remain disputed or unresolved. Courts do not operate on speculation. They rely on evidence, testimony, and legal standards of proof. Not every claim results in a conviction. Not every accusation is legally verified. This distinction protects both victims and the accused under the rule of law. Despite years of investigations, reporting, and litigation, many questions remain unanswered. Why were some files sealed for decades? Why were certain investigations delayed or limited in scope? Why were some individuals never formally questioned? And perhaps the most discussed question of all, why did Epstein die before standing trial? In 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell. His death was officially ruled a suicide. That ruling remains the official legal conclusion. However, the timing ensured that many questions were never answered in court. No trial meant no cross-examination, no testimony under oath from Epstein himself, no complete public accounting of his network. What we know for certain is limited, but clear. We know that Epstein abused minors. We know that he maintained connections with powerful individuals. We know that official documents confirm the existence of enablers and facilitators. What we do not know is equally significant. We do not know the full list of participants. We do not know who knew and remained silent. We do not know how far protection or negligence extended. The released files show fragments of a larger picture, not the entire image. And once more, it must be stated clearly, presence in documents does not equal guilt. The Epstein files are not just about one man. They are about power. They are about silence. They are about accountability and the limits of the justice system. The documents are online, the records exist. The information is public, but the truth remains incomplete. What else remains sealed? What else has yet to be unsealed? Closing disclaimer. This content does not accuse any individual of criminal activity unless confirmed by a court of law.